if we see another handsome guy, we know how to give him props. Oh man, I see you. I see you. Women can't do that. So you can't really take true advice from another woman
Hold on.
for another
So
woman
The
because
key.
it's not going to always be genuine.
Let me jump in there.
Hold on. The key point is what she said is a woman that is not vested in you in any kind of
It
romantic
still
way.
doesn't matter.
So if she's
It's
your
still, you
sister,
still got a woman speaking for it.
but
You
hold on.
still got a woman.
If
So
it's your sister, your mother, or something like that, they will have your best interest at heart.
So Cruiser, I'm gonna say this to you, and I'm gonna ask you this as like a genuine question, and it is a leading question, so I'm gonna be
That's
transparent.
fine.
So two questions. One, do you know the women that you are friends with that are waiting in the wings for their opportunity with you?
I don't have those kind of friends.
That's not the
Friends
question.
downstairs.
That's hang on. That's
Perfect answer.
not no, it's not, because that's not the question.
Perfect.
Are you able to identify those women? Yes or no?
Yes, of course, I could see through that. Like quickly,
Perfect.
I could see through that. But I wouldn't
So
even put
here's
them in the
question
friend
number
zone
two.
if I know what they're after. If I put a woman in the friend zone, I'm not attracted to her.
So here's question
My
number
guy.
here's question number two, right? Because I love that answer. I think it's a perfect answer. I agree with AP on that front, and Trigger Mike, who made a very clear visual reaction to that. So here's question number two, right? If you are seeking counsel in another woman, right, about a woman that you are looking for as a wife, are you factoring in the fact that that woman is also waiting for her opportunity to be with you specifically?
That sounds high schoolish. I will never go to
My
speak
nigga.
to another woman about a
We don't
woman
say
that
the
I
N
want.
word.
Because listen, let me tell you something about being a handsome and attractive man. When you speak to, if you're very confident and you know you're handsome and you know you that guy, and you go speak to another woman, just just the way you thinking about this other woman, or even just has showing interest in this other woman, is going to pique interest in her. She's going to pique interest in you automatically. So she's probably not going to give you all the answers that you want in order to succeed in getting that other woman, because now you done caught her attention. But I would never seek information for another woman through another woman. I would never do that.
So, okay. So here's where I'm conflicted in your answer. One is in terms of like seeking information about another woman through a friend, through the nature of like friendship.
I got sisters and cousins I can do that with.
Give me a second, right? Because like this is where it's important, right? Because I love that clarification. Through friendship in a woman who is interested in building something with you, I concur with you. I think that's beautiful. I think that like your level of self-awareness to identify that and distinguish that from an opinion that you're willing to validate through that relationship, I think is really important. However, that being said, I think because this is the internet and people like to clip the part of the conversation that they want to and spin it in the way that they want to,
Right.
it's still important to have another woman vet a woman to be able to see your blind spot, right? Whether that's your sister, whether that's your mother, whether that's an auntie, whether that's a friend who's genuinely 100% platonic, who never wants anything to do with you in a romantic setting. It's still important to have the perspective of the gender that like is able to see things from a perspective that you're not able to see things. I
Not cutting
think
you off. I'm not cutting you off. I understand what you're saying by getting another woman's point of view on things. But let me tell you how women are. Women are evil. Women are evil, especially when it comes to other women.
My ninja.
Like they listen, women do not, I don't care if they don't know each other. Like have you just take for instance, you walk through the mall, you got a beautiful woman, you know she's beautiful. And you see other beautiful women. And if this girl looks better than her, or she thinks this girl looks better than her, women are going to give each other the like that ugly look, that stank look. Men, on the other hand, if we see another handsome guy, we know how to give them props. Oh man, I see you. Women can't do that. So you can't really take true advice from another woman for another woman. It's not going to always be genuine.
Let me jump in there.
Hold on. The key point is what she said is a woman that is not vested in you in any kind of romantic way.
It still doesn't matter.
So she's your sister.
You still got a woman speaking for it.
Hold on. Got a woman. So if it's your sister, your mother, or something like that, they will have your best interests at heart. Prime example, I know like experience that I had with my brother. When we met his girlfriend at the time, immediately it was something that did not sit right with us, that he could not see. We were having a conversation with him, just like, is this, and this. As a man, you can't tell a man what to do. He's going to do what he wants to do. He ends up, getting with her, marrying her, everything that we were saying that just wasn't, he was like, now he's like, I wish I had listened to you guys.
Let me clear up the
before you go. I will be real quick. So Cruiser, I want to say this. There's like this weird misconception that all women are competitive to the same level. I assure you, if that woman is more submissive, is she more beautiful, is she more your type, the majority, and I'm not saying all, the majority of women will concede. The majority of women will be like, yep, I get it. It's a very small, very loud minority of women that are going to fight that based on the fact that they feel entitled to you in a way that is not necessarily representative of their actual entitlement to you. And I think that's where like the differentiating factor exists. Most women, if they see you with somebody who's more beautiful than they are going to be like, yep, I get it. It might be a jealousy factor that they'll feel like, well, I want him more, so he should be with me. But most women will understand why you are with a woman who is more beautiful than they are.
They were like, oh, they compliment each other. Oh,
that's still like sideways shade, though. Like women just like it's still sideways shade. Like it's still sideways shade a little bit, man. I mean, I grew up around a lot of women, and I got a lot of sisters and aunties and stuff like that, man. I be knowing all the little sideways shade. Oh, they so cute. They don't really mean that. They don't really mean that shit.
I'm just going to comment on the part because remember, it's the equality thing, right? Men don't typically use the word vet to describe what they do in reference to bringing someone to the woman. You do, however, want the approval of the women. We can say that. I want my mom, my mother, the matriarch of my immediate family to approve of the woman I bring home. She is obviously going to be a member of her family as well. So we do look for approval. Like, I don't think anybody goes around saying, I hope my mom think my girlfriend's a bitch. Like, no, you want her to be, but we also do it for different reasons. You take her around your mother so you can see how she responds to an elder. That literally there is no grounds for disrespect here. How you going to move? How you going to behave? And like Mistaken said, we're going to do what the hell we're going to do anyway. Mm-hmm. It's just that we would rather have that approval. It's like, all is well in the world. My mom approves. My sisters approve. But we don't need it. The bad part is that we can obviously see in this world where girls do not take their men to their fathers. They do need it. That's the worst part because they're terrible at making choices for themselves.
Men are too, though.